Hello everyone, welcome to SRIRAM's IS and I welcome you all to the Prelims PYQ series. This is Prelims through PYQs where we are building your concepts through the PYQs. You must have come across various subjects. For today, we are discussing biology which is under general science. Now, taking to the part for biology specifically, something is very important that you need to understand. Because in biology, the question that is being asked are very generic in nature. If you put less effort also, you will be getting some rewards in the examination. So it is equally important that you should not deny this biological section, be it the chemistry part or even some of the part of the physics. But in general, UPSC has been emphasizing on biology. So we'll be looking into some of the important questions from 2024 till 17. What are the questions that was asked? So the first question is, this is for 2024. Which of the following is synthesized in human body that dilates blood vessel and increase the blood flow? Right? Now it talks about the dilation of the blood vessel. Now what does this dilation actually means? See, if you see the blood cells, right? So this is, suppose this is particular abnormal cell that is there, blood cells. Now, when it comes to the less dilation part, the part of the circumference or radius become less, right? So, what happens if you require a high dilation, a specific part has to be increased. Oh, when it comes to the blood dilation, what are things that has to be taken into consideration? Now, in this question, it is asked that among this, which will help in the dilation. So, if you see other option, leaving aside the correct option, I will tell you, start with the incorrect one, nitrous oxide. Now, this is something that has no relations, nitrous oxide has no relations with the human body, right? Now, the other is nitrogen dioxide. Now, this is something which is a pollutant, right? Nitrogen pentoxide is basically a part of the chemical which is not there. Now, nitrous oxide is something which is found in human body that actually help in the dilation, right? Now, there are some other things that also you need to know is what are the important features of nitric oxide in a human body. First, it dilates the blood vessel. It also reduces the platelet thickness. Other than that, it reduces the monocytic synthesis which is there, reduce multiplication and smooth muscle cells of the arteries wall, and last but not the least, it is also reducing the part of superoxide radical, and it also reduces the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. Now we have two things in our body, right? When it comes to cholesterol, we have LDL and we have HDL, right? So high density lipoprotein and low density lipoprotein. Now HDL is a good cholesterol and LDL is a bad cholesterol. So for this particular question, the correct option is A, nitric oxide. Now moving ahead with the other question, that is, consider the following statement. Now these are the statements that is written. Some microorganism can grow in environment with a temperature above a boiling point or the water, right? Now this is a one statement. The second statement is some microorganism can grow in the environment with a temperature below the freezing point. Now this is again the statement. The third is some microorganism can grow in highly acidic environment below pH level 3. Now all these three statements are correct. If you have read basic NCERT, you can easily answer this. Now this is called thermophiles. These animals which is there, which can thrive, is called thermophiles. Now the other animal which can grow in the environment with a temperature of freezing, they are called as psychodophiles, right? Now the organism that can grow in the acidic, these are called acidophile, right? ACIDOPHILES, acidophiles. So all the statement given here is correct. Now moving ahead with the other question, which of the following statement best describe the role of B cell and the T cell in the human body? Now B cells and T cells are the very basics. UPSC has been emphasizing and asking questions on the antibodies, specifically B cell or T cell में question पूछे जा रहे हैं. Now B cell and T cell, there are two type of immunity in our body, right? One is adaptive immunity and other is innate immunity. So B cell and T cell are the part of adaptive immunity, right? These are the part of adaptive immunity. Now the question that is being asked is, they protect body from environmental allergens. See, something which is under your body, I mean which is functional inside the body, this particular statement does not go with, right? Now this is incorrect. Now second, they alleviate the body's pain and inflammation, right? Now this is something, when it comes to the part of B cell and T cell, they are actually function as a immunity. They are actually boosting the body immunity in the large. Now they act as immunosuppressant in the human body. Absolutely not. This is not the correct one. Now the last is that they protect the body from disease caused by pathogen. This is absolutely correct, because what happens, the B cell and the T cell, now majorly talking about the functions, T cells actually attacks the pathogen that is entering our body, right? Now B cell act as a defense mechanism which is providing a broader immunity to the overall human body. So the correct option here is option D. Now moving ahead, the other question is, consider the following statement in respect to probiotics, and I would just like to highlight that the year is mentioned over here. You can have a check for which particular year this question was asked. So this is a question where the statement has to be considered with regards to probiotics. Now talking about probiotics, you have come across probiotics in your studies, you have come across probiotics in the newspaper in generic term. If you have visited any of the hypermart, you have come across the probiotic curds which is there. Now it has been in a trend in the food market as well. So the question that is being asked from the probiotic is, probiotic are made from bacteria and yeast. Now we will have a check, but this is absolutely the correct one. The second is this, the organism in probiotics are found in the foods and we ingest it, but they do not naturally occur in the gut. Now you have to get into the basics to eliminate this particular option. See, in human body, we have lactobacillus bacteria, right? So this particular statement is absolutely wrong, because we already have some bacteria in our gut. In the human gut, there are million trillions of bacteria, probiotics that is functional. Now the third statement is, probiotic help in digestion of milk and sugar. Definitely, there are certain benefits of taking probiotics. It helps you in your digestion. It has lot of benefits to your gut health, and overall it actually help in a well digestion, right? So for this, the correct option become two. The correct option is 1 and 3. So the correct option become C here. So please be noted, whatever we are discussing from the PYQs might help you somewhere in the question that will be asked in the upcoming years, right? Now moving ahead, what are the basically top 10 benefits of probiotic? These are some of the basics to help you understand. It is helping your digestive health. It helps fight against the antibiotic resistance. It promotes mood and memory, strengthen the immunity, promote healthy nails, skin and other part of the hairs, support liver functions, fight toxics and pathogens. It promote health cholesterol, right? Healthy cholesterol, that is HDL. So this is HDL, we have LDL. So low density lipoprotein is also called as a bad cholesterol, right? Now we have skin, it prevents the probiotic, prevent skin irritation, and last but not the least, it increases the energy, stamina and endurance in the human body. Now moving ahead, the other question, that is, consider the following statement, or consider the following. This is bacteria, fungi and virus. Which of the above can be cultured in the artificial synthesis medium? Now to answer this question, something very basics that need to be known. Virus need a host, right? You must be aware that virus cannot be active without the host. So host is mandatory for a virus to function. Now if you use a technique of elimination, which is very much not functional in UPSC's civil services examination recent trend, but कुछ जगह पे elimination technique लगा सकते हैं. Now for this, virus is being asked. Now this is not functional, this is not working, this is not working. The correct answer is absolutely A, 1 and 2, right? Now moving ahead, in their nature, which of the following are the most likely to be found serving on the surface without soil. Now this question was asked in 2021. Now this type of question UPSC tend to ask to check your basic understanding of biology, basic understanding of environment, right? And these are the things which does not require a specialization or a specific chapter reading. You can even answer these basic questions from your general understanding. So that is the reason I'm emphasizing that do ensure that you are not leaving aside the biology part. In biology, we have biotechnology, we have human disease, these are coming, and this require very less effort in the civil services examination. अगर बात करें input output ratio की, if you put a very less effort, the part of the reward that is coming in this particular question is very high. The questions are not that deep down, there are no conceptual part that is involved. So I will highly recommend you to please read it, go through it. Even the discussion on the PYQs will definitely help you to build a conceptual clarity. Now moving ahead with the questions, that is, in the nature which of the following are the most likely to be found on surface without the soil? So see, what is called fern, lichens, mosses and mushroom. Now to understand this, see, lichen has a symbiotic relations between algae plus fungi, right? This you must have read in the NCERT. Now when it comes to mosses, right? Now this is something which you can find in the bread, right? Anything that is being kept for long, the mosses occur, right? Then we have fern, right? This ferns is also there. Now it is said that without surface, right? Without soil, this can be there. Now mushroom is something which is, it require the part of soil. In recent time, technology has developed where hydroponics is also being used for mushrooms, right? Now for mushroom will definitely they require the soil, so the mushroom is not the answer, the 4 is not the answer. So the correct option here is C, that is 2 and 3. Now moving ahead with the other question, we'll be moving ahead with the questions, that is, consider the following statement. This question was there in 2021, right? Now it's asking about there are two statements which is mentioned. The first is adenovirus is a single-stranded DNA genomics, where the retrovirus is a double-stranded DNA genomics. Now, if you have read basics of the DNA and RNA from class 11th or 12th books, you can easily make out that this statement has been reversed in the examination, right? And the second statement is common cold is sometimes caused by an adenovirus, whereas AIDS is caused by retrovirus. This is absolutely correct. Now for this statement, which is adenovirus, it's not a single stranded, it's a double stranded, right? So it's a double stranded. And when it comes to the part of retrovirus, this is single one. So the statement has been just twisted. Now to make an understanding better about the adenovirus and the retrovirus, there's a diagram that will help you. So you can have a check. So this is the adenovirus where the part of, just have a look. Yeah. Now this is the adenovirus which has a double strand DNA, right? Now this is this is the retrovirus which has a RNA. This is single stranded RNA and it has double stranded DNA, right? So this is the difference that you need to understand if you are switching to this type of question. Now the same question for this, the second statement is, the common cold is sometimes caused by adenovirus, whereas AIDS is caused by retrovirus. So this is absolutely correct. This is wrong. The correct option here become 2. Now I want to add something more on AIDS. AIDS is a acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Now this particular disease affects your T4 lending cell, right? So T4 cell, which is again the part of adaptive immunity in the human body, it gets severely impacted. And that is the reason the person who is actually being infected with HIV virus, they take a long time to perform, and even when it comes to the immune response, when it comes to the overall immunity, these people are on the back seat, right? They actually do not perform well. So the immunity in overall part of an AIDS patient is the overall immunity is deteriorating, and the T4 cell does not function well because the virus is directly impacting your T4 cells. Now, moving ahead, which of the following statements are correct regarding the general difference between a plant and animal cell? Now, this is something very basics coming out from the basic NCERT of class 10th or 11th, right? So what are the statement that is being asked? Plant cell have cellulose cell while the animal cell do not, right? So this is the one statement. Definitely plant cell has a cellulose, but the animal cell has plasma membrane, which is more prominent. The second is plant cell do not have plasma membrane, unlike the animal cell do. See, plant cell have the cellulose wall, but they even have the plasma membrane, which is beneath the cell. So this statement is absolutely not correct, right? Now, mature plants have one large vacuole, while animal cell have many small vacuoles. See, animal is a multicellular organism, so it has a larger vacuole compared to the plant one. So for this particular statement, the correct option is A and the option 1 and 3. So here the C is the correct option. This question was asked in 2020. We started from 24 and we are at 2020. Now, moving ahead with the other question, and even before proceed, I'll just like you to give an idea that what is the difference between the plant cell and the animal cell. See, this question was asked regarding in some other context. Now, you can be asked some question related to the specific organs. So, in animal cell, we have, you can see this is a plant cell, this is the animal cell. In animal cell, we have lysosomes, we have centrosome, we have Golgi apparatus. Now these are something which UPSC might ask you in the civil services examination. Now when it comes to cell wall, they have the exclusive central vacuole and they have cell wall, right? And the other thing, they have endoplasmic reticulum as well. So you can even save this diagram or click a picture out of it so that you can get a clarity in the further exam. Now, moving ahead, which of the following are the reasons for the occurrence of multi-drug resistance in the microbial pathogen in India? Now, this question was asked in 2019. The first question that is being asked is a genetic predisposition by some people. Can this lead to the resistance to microbial pathogen? Absolutely not. See, what happens when it comes to genetic predisposition, this is at the individual level. The part of genes that is actually suppressing something can be the part of this genetic disposition. Now, this is something which is not correct here. Now, taking incorrect doses of antimicrobial to cure disease. Now, this will something, now it is asking which of the following is the reason for the occurrence of multi-drugers, right? The second is using antibiotics in the livestock farming. And the third is multiple chronic disease in some people, right? Now, if you look at the answers which is there, so the first genetic predisposition, this is not correct. So the first one is not, this is not. Now, the other part is taking incorrect doses of antibiotics. Yes, if you take absolutely incorrect dose of antibiotics, it can have antimicrobial resistance. Now, this one is also correct, that using antibiotic in livestock farming, right? So, the option here become 2 and 3, right? Now, moving ahead, consider the following statement. This question was asked in 2018 and this is the last question of our discussion. The first is asked birds, dust bowling, rain and wind bowling. Now what are the statement? Which of the following spread the plant disease? See, when it comes to plant disease, this is again a very generic, a commonsensical question which can be easily answered. Now if you look at the birds, you know that birds actually transfer some of the pathogen present in the animal and it can be transferred from one plant to different plant, right? So this is one, this is absolutely correct. Now the second, talking about the dust bowling, yes, there's some part of the bacteria and virus that can even transmit through this. So second is absolutely correct. Third is rain. What happens in rain? The soil particles or something can even get transmitted from one place to another. So this will be absolutely correct. And fourth, the wind blowing. The same goes with that goes with the birds, can also happen in the part of wind blowing. So in this particular option, all the options are correct. That is D, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So absolutely all the options that is given in the examination is correct. Now we come to the conclusion of this session. I would highly recommend to the aspirant who will be appearing for 2025, do emphasize on the part of biology along with the part of human disease and biotechnology. In the next session, I'll be coming up with the questions on biotechnology, human diseases. Now, this is something, it's a low hanging fruit for you because the question that is being asked are not deep dived. You can easily answer this with a common sense. Instead of putting efforts and giving equal weightage to other subject as well, you should definitely give a thing of reading all this section as well, so that you don't have to struggle in clearing the cutoff as a part. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for watching.